Howdy guys, welcome back to another video of Mutiny Pirate Survival. How are we doing? Hope you guys are well. So, the developers entered a little cheeky update into the game. Now, not to my knowledge, not a lot has changed. So let's quickly head out and suss out the patch notes, because there was some things that they mentioned, but in greater detail you would have to sort of check out, I believe, the game on the App Store in the description, or I don't even think the developers landed anything on their Facebook page. So anyway, let's quickly go ahead to the patch notes over here. Okay, so this is the second patch for the spring kind of update, right? So spring is in full swing. Okay, so meet the new update with some changes and helpful improvements inspired by your feedback. More global map-free events. So now boarding merchants and Island of the Apes treasure maps are spawned as a limited time event on the global map. So what that means is that these will pop up randomly, and you don't have to actually use or consume maps in order for you to spawn those events in. How cool is that? So they've made that there just to sort of entice you guys to do those events, and I suggest that you do those events because they do yield some pretty good loot. So that's what I would recommend. Performance boost, a bunch of technical improvements for a more stable and enjoyable experience, bug fixes, cleaning up some old rust to shine even brighter. Okay, so they're just sort of doing a bit of a cleanup, but they also added a couple of little snippets, things like that here and there, but really nothing much to sort of write home about in terms of massive changes to the game. But the more global map free events, I reckon that's pretty good. I think that's a good step in the right direction in enabling us to get those free, these little freebies here and there. You do get some other time events that pop up from time to time as a daily as well, so these do pop up from time to time now as well. So I don't know whether or not we can spawn that in, so let's just quickly go home and get back out and see if that does anything. I'm not too sure, but sometimes you might get lucky, and unfortunately in this case you don't. Now the other thing with this update as well that I noticed is I went up just about over here and I was confronted by Wesley Pitt. Now unfortunately I didn't get to record this part, but essentially he's basically told me that there's some secrets and there's some treasurable loot that you can obtain, and you have to go find him on the merchant ship to actually find more about that. So that's what we're going to do now. So let's go ahead and have a bit of a peek and see what he says. And I'm hoping that this could be, I don't know what it could be actually, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping something really good, but we'll find out. Let's find out. Now, Wesley Pitt, where are you, my dude? Okay. So what has he told me? He told me that there was some pretty good stuff here. I don't think there's anything good here that I am able to find. I don't know whether or not I have to find someone else in order for me to if there was any sort of good stuff here. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, but so far I don't see anyone conspicuous or anything like that, anyone else out of the norm. To be honest, most of these guys come up here, so like the seasonal, so any of the merchants for seasonal events usually pit themselves here, which is fine. No one else around here by the looks of things. Let's go downstairs real quick and see if there's been any sort of changes to anyone down here. So I don't know what he actually meant by that, to be honest with you guys. Alright, well, you don't have much of anything here, to be honest with you. Actually, you know what? I think I might just trade that and that for the moment. Why? Because I need to upgrade one of my workstations, which we'll go back and I'll show you guys what I've been up to as well. But so far I don't see anything out of the norm. Do I have any astrolobes? I do. I could actually go back and trade for that too. Anchor, I do need an anchor. I need 4 of that. I've only got 3 of those. I've got 3 of those and I've only got 2 of those. But you need see, that's annoying. That is annoying. In order for me to get an ore, I need to spend 3 of those, and that just defeats the purpose of me getting a compass, because I know I need a compass to get an anchor, and I don't want to spend money on that. But the boat's wheel, I've actually got one in storage too. Oh, there you go. But it'd be nice to get one of those as well, and then you need more for that, for the rigging and that as well. So these are quite expensive to tame when you think about it, really. And these fellas here, this is all basic coinage as well. Honestly, I wouldn't mind trading for some steel ingots as well, but that is much too expensive for my taste. But these things as well, definitely need, you know what, I could probably trade some of these as well, but I've got sufficient amount for what I need for the moment, which this will all make sense in a moment for you guys. But unfortunately I didn't see anything else from Wesley Pete there, but he literally came up to me randomly telling me that there are some secrets and loots and stuff like that. So I don't know what to make of that, because I don't see anything out of the norm here. A couple of green abandoned trader camps here, but yeah, but that's it, guys. Island of the Apes, supply ship, boarding merchants, and that is all. Yeah, it doesn't look like there was anything else for me to take away from here, which is a little bit underwhelming, to be honest with you guys. Alright, so, oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, it's a different merchant ship. My mistake. So there's a secondary merchant ship. So this is, I think this is what he meant. Possibly. So this popped up out of nowhere. This is a different merchant ship. Okay. So, hang on. Before we go and speak with Wesley Pitt, I just want to see if there's any changes to these NPCs here. It doesn't look like it. But you guys did see that, right? This was a different merchant ship, and it had a different timer on it. Yep, okay. Okay. No changes here. No changes here. No changes there. And no changes there. Okay. So let's go back up and actually speak with Wesley Pitt and see what he has to say. It's the exact same thing. Excuse me. It's exactly the same thing. So why is there two different trader camp merchant ships? You don't get double the privilege, do you? Well, you don't, because you can see I already purchased something here prior to making this video, so that doesn't change the fact at all. I don't understand why there's two different merchant ships here. There doesn't appear to be anyone else up here. Everyone else seemed to be in their same usual spots. I mean, do I make a purchase? I don't know. Well, let's just buy that anyway. But no one else out here was conspicuous as well, so I don't understand. I'm not too sure what's to make of this, actually, to be honest with you. But is this another NPC randomization free map? I have no idea. So as you can see, I've got one merchant ship there, another merchant ship here too. So I don't understand fully why we've got two different merchant ships here. You know what I honestly thought it was? It was going to be something, you know, like another NPC giving us some black market items or something like that. You know, worth more valuable to what we've just seen here. So that was my presumption. Honestly, that was my presumption there. Well, let's go back out and let's see if there's any changes now that we're back at home. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any changes there, but you can see You can see clearly you've got 2 merchant ships here. Well, there you go. But to be honest with you, I was playing the game a little bit when the update did drop as well, and I did get a boarding merchant event pop up randomly, and I thought that was neat. So yeah, to be honest with you, it wasn't anything different, exactly the same. So same everything. It's just the fact that you didn't have to buy a scroll or anything like that in order for you to utilize it. So there's that. Okay, so as you can see, I'm pretty full, but let's quickly go back to my map overview here. So as you can see, not much has changed, but what I've done is I've updated all of my chests. I just have to go up to steel, which is tier 5, to get the maximum of all these chests here. But for everything else, all my storage units, as you can see, there's no upgrade required, except for this one and this one here, and then finally this one over here. So what I need to do first is, let's go back to building, let's go to upgrade this. So I've upgraded the floor, and now I can upgrade the storage. So it's going to give me another 20 slots, which is going to be huge for me. Why? Because if we go back to my inventory, now remember guys, I've been playing this game since the release, okay? So since the main release, and there was a time that I had to actually restart because I lost my progress on my original account. So this is kind of like a version 2, because I was playing it in the beta period, in the closed beta period. So I had to start again with everyone else. But as you can see, due to the fact that we have to get all of our stuff out of our well, let's call it free inventory space, because we've got a timer on it at the moment. As you can see quite quickly, I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of to take out of this inventory. So I have been on it, and I have been trying, and there's a lot of weapons, a lot of clothing at the moment, but there's also a lot of maps and scrolls and things like that, as you can see. So I've got a ton of this stuff here that I have to get rid of eventually, and I'm hoping I'm going to make it, but I don't know if I am, because there's a lot of stuff in here, boys and girls. So the biggest issue here is I've got a lot of sailcloth, and I want to get, that is one of my priorities. I need to get all of that sailcloth out of there in order for me to, well, use it effectively, so I don't have to use energy all the time and spend coins and stuff like that. So that's the issue that I'm having at the moment. So there's some of my problems there. But let me know in the comments how you guys are going at the moment in regards to trying to get all of your stuff out of the out of that free inventory, as I'm sort of liking to call it. And yeah, and have you upgraded everything like I have in order for you to you know, try and store as much as you can, because at the moment, as you can see, I'm gonna have to start deleting things. That's basically where I'm at. Anything that's not required anymore, or that's that I feel that I don't need, I'm gonna have to start deleting so I can make space. So for example, like all of this, like I really need to get rid of most of this, because I know I'm not going to use most of this stuff as much as I probably should. And I know what a lot of people might be saying is I should have hang on to those, but in the grand scheme of things, I need to sort of prioritize what I can keep and what I can, you know, get rid of, or say that I'm happy to get rid of, if that makes sense. So that's the last thing I want. I don't want to lose anything, but if I have to, I have to at the end of the day. As you can see, I've got stuff everywhere, and there's just stuff mounting up everywhere. So and as a result of that, I am upgrading a lot of my walls and things like that too along the way. So we are sort of in a process of getting most of this upgraded to at least tier 4. And as we sort of trundle our way down, I've just ran out of what do you call iron plates, and I've got excuse me, a little bit of iron left, and I actually should be able to encase myself in tier 4. So the next thing to do, right, I've already pretty much gone up to tier 4 floors wherever I needed to, right? So the next thing is I'm going to do the next layer, and I'm going to upgrade that, and that's my next phase, just so I can actually protect some of my goods and stuff like that as I go along. I did actually think about, should I redo my base and put everything along the what do you call it, the mountain face here, so build out from here and then sort of build down. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. But that was the thought I had. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that anytime soon, to be honest with you guys, but at the moment, yeah, I am running out of space, and I don't think I'm going to get everything I want funneled into the what do you call it, funneled into my storage spaces. So yeah, look, it is sad, but as much as I really want to save everything, it's going to be very difficult for me to do so. But yeah, that's my issue at the moment. That is where I'm at with things. But that's an overview of my base. That's an overview of where I'm at, storage-wise, capacity-wise. This is going to enable me to put some stuff in here as well, an extra 20 slots, which is great, but it's not enough. It's definitely not enough, I'm afraid. Let's see if anything has popped out here. I'm not too sure, since we sort of spent some time here and there. So yeah, so you still got, I don't know why they've done that. I think what they should do, and I know the devs watch my game, my playthroughs as well, so my suggestion, I think making another merchant ship may not be the best thing, because you do get, this stays all the time. It doesn't disappear. So why not make a merchant ship that pops up for say 10-15 minutes, give or take, but has a different set of goods, loots, highly sought after items, you know, rarer things, you know, I don't know, but maybe you know, full weapons, full clothing, you know, tier 5 stuff. So we're talking ropes, cloth, you know, ingots, all that sort of good stuff. I don't know, and ask to trade for different things, or maybe even utilize that space so you can, you know, use things like your coral and all that sort of stuff. You know, consumables that you have in this standard merchant ship. You know, you can use it over here. You know, kind of like the tribal place that you can drop stuff in, and you can utilize that for, you know, trading and stuff like that. So there should be like a black market ship, maybe. I kind of like that idea. And you have different items. I reckon that could be in the pipeline. Just thinking out loud as well. And that could be something that might happen further down the line. I don't know, but that's just my thoughts. You know me, if you guys have watched me long enough, you know how I love to speculate. So yeah, there is that. But look, honestly, I think that's going to do it here for me today, guys. Thanks for watching, checking out the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment down below, share if you can, and if you guys are new to the channel or not, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alrighty guys, take it easy, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.